everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Wednesday, October 13th. Now, today is a historic day as 90-year-old William Shatner, aka Captain Kirk, has literally gone where no 90-year-old has gone before. Shatner launched into space on Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket, pictured in the middle there, making him the oldest person to go into space today. Congratulations and Godspeed. So there's hope for all of us to go to space at some point. All right, let's tell you about one meeting that we have today. We have the Grf Mnc Committee Meeting that will be virtually only, so you can follow along at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now on our show today, we have Assemblywoman Cotty Petrie-Norris, and she's got a lot of things to update us on, so we're going to have her the entire show. But don't forget, later on Wednesdays, we're going to give you previews of our movies. So stick around for that. All right, let's take a look at our weather. Things are looking pretty nice this week. We are nice and cool, you know, somewhere in the high 70s. This week, we are looking at 73-50 today, tomorrow 75-54, Friday, a little bit warmer, 84-57, but we head into a very nice weekend. 82-57 and 73-57. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:54, and our sunset will be at 6:19. And thank you, Joel, for sending in this really cool photo of two little lizards having a bit of a standoff. So I appreciate you sending that in. If you have a photo that you would like to share with our community, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. And please make sure it is high resolution and an original that you have shot. All right, when we come back, we will have Assemblywoman Cotty Petrie-Norris, so stick around.
Hey, beach walkers, grandkid chasers, stair climbers, dance lovers, weekend warriors, and yogis. Your life demands activity, and joint pain shouldn't hold you back. Get personalized joint care that's as unique as you, with high satisfaction rates to prove it. At Memorial Care, your joint replacement patient navigator will be by your side, helping you safely return to more. Like another beach, extra hug, and one more song. More from life is calling with Memorial Care.
At Laguna Woods Dental Care, our goal is to serve and provide dental services to the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is currently specializing in senior dental care at USC School of Dentistry. Here at Laguna Woods Dental Care, we are up to date with the latest technology. Our top priority is your overall wellness, ensuring your current medications do not affect your oral health. We offer an affordable membership plan that includes cleanings and deep cleanings if recommended. We're located outside Gate 3. Call us today.
For more than 30 years, Active Care has been providing the highest level of care to residents with Alzheimer's or other memory loss. We specialize in memory care. That's our sole focus. With 3 levels of care and an engaging activity program, Active Care enhances life for every resident every day. Our newest community, Active Care Laguna Hills, will open this fall. We're now accepting reservations. Call 949-877-8233 to learn more.
Picking someone to clean your house is a big decision. After all, they'll be inside your house and touching virtually everything you own. Sadly, though, not all cleaning professionals are actually real pros. Like this person you found online who uses the same sponge in the kitchen they use in the bathroom. If you're looking for a local family-owned business with amazing customer service, contact MaidPro for a free estimate. MaidPro, when you're ready for a real pro.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Assemblywoman Cotty Petrie-Norris here. Well, welcome to the studio.
Well, good morning. It is really nice to see you in 3 dimensions.
I know. Yeah, it has been a while, but we're super happy that we're now able to accommodate at least a few interviews live. Yes. So thank you for joining us today. You know, lots going on, and of course, we just recently had that oil spill, which, from what I understand, wasn't as horrible as we all had thought originally. So that's really good news. But thank you for bringing us an update today.
Yes, and as you said, initially the estimates were that this could have been as much as 144,000 gallons of oil that was spilt off the shores of Orange County. Those estimates have been revised down now, and investigators are looking at a range from a high-end estimate of 131,000 gallons to low end of 25,000. And while that is certainly welcome news, it really doesn't mitigate what a lasting disaster this is for our ocean, for our environment, for our local businesses, and really for our entire community.
Right, and did they have very many, I mean, I know they don't know what the long-term effects are going to be, because I would assume that probably sinks down and gets kind of buried. But what about some of the initial things that they found? Were there lots of wildlife and animals and things like that?
Well, we are already seeing some acute impacts. As I'm sure folks know, we've had oil washing ashore on beaches from Huntington Beach all the way down to San Diego, and there are cleanup crews out there every single day to clean up that oil. There's actually a team of 1,600 people working on the beaches.
Well, we had talked about volunteers coming. Like you could volunteer if you wanted to, and they'd give you various amounts of jobs. Are they still looking for volunteers or no?
The response from the community, I'm sure you won't be surprised, has been absolutely phenomenal. We've had almost 9,000 people sign up to volunteer. They've done a couple of volunteer cleanups over the weekend. There was a huge group of volunteers out at Bolsa Chica State Beach. So what we are being told is right now they actually have a sufficient supply of volunteers for the immediate cleanup effort, but there are certainly other ways to help and to get involved.
Well, maybe if you happen to be on the beach, you could certainly let someone know that could maybe come down, because maybe they don't know there are certain areas. I mean, I would assume that we're just showing a picture that there seems to be, like you said, a lot of people who are probably scouring the beach for tar and for a variety of other things. What are some of the other things you guys are doing? It looks like we had a shore, like off the shoreline. What are you guys doing there?
So the response has been under what's called a unified command, and that's brought together our federal, state, and local agencies, and the Coast Guard is the lead agency. So for the on-water cleanup, they've had a crew of boats and what's called skimmers. So they use boom to isolate the oil and then skim it off the ocean surface. So that's the on-water cleanup, and then on the shores, it's really folks kind of meticulously going through and gathering up those tar balls, and ensuring that that's not what we encounter when we go back to the beach. And that's going to take a while, because we will see over the next weeks and months, as that oil has sort of sunk down, it starts to form tar balls. They don't all come up at once, and so we're doing everything we can to gather those in the ocean. But if you are on the beaches, if you see a tar ball, please, what we're urging folks is don't try to pick it up. Don't try to clean the beach yourself. It's obviously very toxic and hazardous chemical.
So originally we were told what they thought the cause was. Did they actually determine that it was caused by a ship's anchor, or what exactly is the cause?
So yes, the investigators have confirmed that an anchor was involved. What they think happened is that there was an anchor strike weeks ago, maybe even months ago, that actually dragged a section of the pipeline along the ocean floor. Something, it's like 4,000 feet of pipeline that was dragged 100 feet. And what investigators are now trying to understand is when that anchor strike would have occurred. But the anchor strike eventually resulted in a rupture of 13 inches on the pipe, and that is on the evening of October 1st, what began to spew.
Now they've
oil.
Shut that off, so it's not spewing anymore, right?
Yeah, they were able to really quickly respond and really quickly contain that. So that was within 48 hours that the leak was contained.
Now, the governor did call for a state of emergency for this. And so does that mean that the state pays for the cleanup right now, and then what happens after that?
So you're right, the governor declared a state of emergency. He was here last week to visit the site and to announce a state of emergency. That does a couple things. It removes some red tape in the response and ensures that we're able to really swiftly mobilize all of our state resources to address this. But one thing that we really want folks to know is that we're going to ensure not just that we get to the bottom of what caused this accident, what do we need to do to avert another disaster like this in the future, but we are going to ensure that the responsible party is fully held accountable for all of the costs of cleanup, of remediation, for the damage it's caused to our environment, and also for the damages that it's caused to local businesses. So the way that it works, there's an existing fund that all oil companies and operators pay into, so and those are the funds that are being used to address this cleanup and ensure that taxpayer dollars are not going to address this disaster.
Okay, all right. And then if a particular business, is it just business? Well, I guess residents too. If they have something happen to them because of this, they have claims they can do, or?
That's 100% correct. So, and again, we really want people to know about this. So the operator is 100% responsible for the costs of remediation, of cleanup, and also for any damages or losses experienced by our residents or local businesses. And I think that the number is up there right now. There's a claims hotline, which is 866-985-8366. If you've been impacted, if your business has been impacted, call that claims hotline, begin to initiate a claim. We also want to remind people, obviously the claims process is going to be protracted, and the better records that you can maintain right now to support your claim, the more smooth that process will be. And then the other thing that we want to highlight is for individuals with boats who may have been oiled. There were a lot of folks out there during the air show in the early hours of the spill.
That's right.
Again, do not try to clean your boat at home. Do not try to take it to a private provider. There have been a couple of decontamination sites that are set up in Newport Beach and Huntington Beach. Again, it's that same phone number. Call that number to schedule an appointment and ensure that that your boat is clean, ready to go back in the water.
Well, even if you're not, you weren't in that vicinity, we just, do we know that was Dana Point affected yet, or we just don't know yet?
The Dana Point Harbor was closed. It's now been reopened, as has the Newport Beach Harbor. But if there's any concern that your boat might have been contaminated, please call that hotline so that it can be inspected and it can be cleaned. And again, the operator of this oil rig is the one who will be paying the cost of that.
Well, the oil rig, or you mean the ship?
So the responsible party is the operator of the offshore platform, which is a company called Beta Offshore, and they're owned by a Houston energy company, Amplify Energy, and they are the responsible party. They are paying for the cost of this cleanup.
Okay, so then if they have an investigation to find out that maybe it was one of those giant container ships, then it's up to them to go after that.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly, which it's a little different than what we've seen play out in some of these wildfire disasters, where you've got lawsuits unfolding for years and the state is left holding the bag. That is not the case here. The responsible party is picking up all of the costs, and so we want to make sure that we hold them fully to account, and that honestly, when the cameras stop rolling, that the commitments that they're making right now, that they make good on those.
And real quickly, let's touch on the container ship issue, because we have an unprecedented amount of ships out there. And you hear a lot of stuff, well, it's because of strikes, or it's because of we don't have enough people, whatever the case might be. But we just decided to order a whole bunch of stuff online. Is that kind of what we're seeing?
Yeah, we have seen a huge, use the word unprecedented, we've seen an unprecedented spike in consumer demand for almost everything, which has been combined with just a real disruption in supply chain that was caused by COVID. And those two factors have combined to result in this backlog of hundreds of ships out in the ports of Long Beach and LA. And a lot of folks, I think, what we've just seen are really concerned, because it looks like you've got a spider web of offshore platforms and offshore oil piping with hundreds of boats anchoring on top. There are, of course, really, really detailed protocols for where ships are allowed to drop anchor. There's very detailed maps. But we want to make sure that we do not see another disaster and another accident occur in the midst of this.
Well, exactly. And I know that some companies are saying, well, we're going to hire our own ships. Well, good luck. There's no room. Right? I can't imagine there being any room. All right. Well, we'll move on to something else. Now, you did mention COVID, so let's have an overview of what you see now.
Well, and I'm really pleased that we're able to share some good news on the COVID-19 front. Right now, California has the lowest COVID-19 infection rate in the nation. We've also got one of the highest vaccination rates in the nation, with more than 67% of Californians fully vaccinated right now. And so we want to get those numbers, we want to get the vaccination numbers up, we want to keep driving the COVID-19 numbers down, but we are on the right path, and that light at the end of the tunnel is getting brighter than ever.
Yeah.
And of course, as folks I'm sure are aware, we're starting to see a rollout of booster shots. So some individuals who received either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine more than 6 months ago are now eligible for boosters. If you had the Moderna vaccine, it's for individuals who are immunocompromised.
Yes.
The Pfizer vaccine, it's for individuals who were immunocompromised. For older adults, folks working in high-risk occupations. And one thing I want to flag is that the CDC's advisory committee is meeting October 20th and 21st. So we're actually expecting to see an update on those recommendations following that meeting.
So I'm going to ask you a hard question.
Yeah.
Because, you've got Texas banning mandates. You've got Florida also on the same path. Now, if we're the lowest number, is that something that the governor might also consider?
Banning vaccine mandates or implementing
the
mandates.
Vaccine mandates, right?
What we're seeing is that mandates are working when they've been implemented, whether it's in the healthcare sector. We've seen the airline industry implement them. As you may be aware, the president is pushing for a vaccine mandate nationwide for all employers. We know that the way that we end this pandemic, the way that we put this nightmare behind us, is to get vaccinated.
Okay.
It's a miracle of modern science, and we need to ensure that we are getting vaccinated so that we can keep everyone in our community safe.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. All right. So money. You guys have some great stuff that happened recently. Tell me about that.
That is right. Our legislative session for the year wrapped up in September. And we, with this year's budget, have made some historic investments in really critical priorities and in things that I believe will help us address some of California's toughest challenges. We're making historic investments in education, in combating homelessness, in building climate resilience, in closing the digital divide and providing universal broadband for all Californians.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. That's great. Now, let me ask you about the homelessness, because that's always a real source of contention between people when we're talking about that. What do you think the $12 billion will go towards? Is it housing? Is it mental care? What is it for?
The answer is all of the above. So we know that to address the homelessness crisis, we need housing, we need supportive services, we need a better system of mental health care, and that has been a real priority for me, and that's why this year one of the things that I worked on securing funding for the district was Orange County's Be Well, which is our system of mental health and behavioral health care services, secured funding in the budget to support a second Be Well Health and Wellness Hub that's going to be built in Irvine.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we had talked to some of those folks, and I'm happy to hear that they have made lots of progress. But again, it's one of those really touchy subjects, because if you have somebody who is homeless and they don't want the help, it's like, how do you help them if they don't want the help? I don't know how to answer that.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's one of our toughest challenges, and we know that there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach, right? Yeah. There are some folks who have had a health crisis, who have been evicted, who have fallen on hard times. And so those are the folks where they need a helping hand. Maybe they need some job training, they need some temporary housing. Then we also have a population where we need to provide better services for substance abuse treatment, better services for mental health care. And California's system of mental health care services has been broken for quite some time. But I think the good news is here in Orange County, we're making some really, really good strides. As I said, we're implementing a second hub for the Be Well services.
Right.
And we're also rolling out mobile clinics under the Be Well brand as well.
Okay. Well, that's good. I certainly hope that that does take hold and you're able to be successful with that, because we certainly do need it. And,
It's
and maybe we can
absolutely
do
critical.
something and show others that it can be done. So
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Real quick, just want to touch a little bit about some of the community wins that you have. There's been a few things, so maybe you can touch on some of those.
Yeah, one of the reasons, Lisa, that I ran for office was I felt like our district was getting shortchanged in Sacramento, and proud of the work we've been able to do on the legislative side, and also proud that we've been able to secure funding for some important projects and initiatives right here at home, including open space preservation, the final phase of restoration at Crystal Cove.
Oh, that's great.
As I mentioned, funding for Be Well, and we've also secured funding for a regional fire safety training center here in the county.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on those. That's awesome. Okay, quick upcoming events. You got a Veteran of the Year ceremony coming.
Yes, we want to flag this and invite the community to join us. It's our annual Veteran of the Year celebration. We'll be holding it this year on Wednesday, November 3rd, and we'll be at the American Legion in Newport Harbor. It's an opportunity for us to honor the men and women who have sacrificed so much for this country and given so much to our community.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then you have, well, that's the one thing that you really wanted to mention. Was there any other things? Are you going to be doing any more town halls?
Yes, we have a regular schedule of virtual town halls. Folks can find out more about that either on our website or on our Facebook page. And I always like to just say, if there's anything that we can do, if you've got questions about the oil spill, if you need help with a state agency, please reach out. My office is here to help.
All right, excellent. And those numbers are right now on your screen, so you can check that out. Call her at 949-251-0074. Then there's the website. Or you can always Google your name, which is super unique, Patty, which is very easy to find you everywhere.
That's the easiest way to find me.
Well, thank you so much for coming in studio. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks, Lisa. Always so good to catch up with you.
All right, you too. All right, stick around. We'll give you a quick movie preview of what's coming up next. We'll be right back.
Primary care is our first interaction with the healthcare system, but most people don't visit their physicians due to long lines, waiting periods, and moving from lab to lab. At Cure Medical, we bring healthcare straight to your doorstep. Our modern, upscale mobile clinics provide services such as prevention and wellness plans, annual exams, lab work, blood tests, and more. Give us a call today to learn more and schedule your next appointment. Cure Medical, close to home, far from ordinary.
Are your hearing aids not working as well as you'd like? The person who programs your hearing aids is way more important than how much you spent on them. The good news is that we can help. I'm a retired electronics engineer who will precisely reprogram your hearing aids to your unique hearing loss. If that doesn't give you significantly better hearing, I won't charge you a dime. You have nothing to lose and better hearing to gain. So call Hearing Remedy right now and ask for your personal better hearing appointment.
At Freedom Village, we want you to create a life worth believing in.
Staff is fantastic. Whenever you need any help, they're there to help you.
I met so many people. I have so many friends now compared to when I was, living by myself. I didn't have hardly any friends.
I have to say it was one of the best decisions of my life. It's like living in a resort. It's just the nicest way to live.
All right, welcome back. A couple of movies for you. On Friday, we have what's called The Straight Story, and it's about a retired farmer and his widower in their 70s, and you'll learn all about that and what it's truly about on Friday at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles. And then on Saturday, we have what's called A Father's Legacy, and you can catch that at same time frame, 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles. All right, just a couple of announcements to let you know about. We've got the Christian Women's Club, and they have an event that's coming up here on October 21st, and from 11:30 to 1:30, and they're going to have a Harvest Time Gifts Buffet Luncheon. If you want more information about that, 949-246-1053. And then congratulations to the Pickleball Club. They achieved their $25,000 fundraiser, so all of those lights are going to go into the remaining courts, and that should be happening hopefully over the course of the next couple of months. So sounds awesome. And then don't forget New Year's Eve, a special event is happening, and you want to get in your tickets now because it could sell out. So if you want to participate for New Year's, email recreation@vmsinc.org. All right, let's take a look at our weather one last time before we head out to enjoy our Wednesday. Looking real nice for the next couple of days, and we have a little bit of a warm up, and then we head into nice temperatures for the weekend. 73-50 today, tomorrow 75-54, warm on Friday, 84-57, Saturday and Sunday 82-57, then we drop to 73-57. Have a great day in the Village. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. right here on Village Television. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Brilliant smile because of brilliant dentistry. I love her expertise, her knowledge, her wisdom, and most of all, her patience with me.
We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to implant and sinus surgeries all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the brilliant smile difference.
Hi everyone, welcome to Genesis of Laguna Niguel. Under new ownership with a new attitude and an attitude to serve.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information and resources? You can turn to the Answers Guide published by the Council on Aging Southern California. Answers is full of articles and resources to help you navigate the aging experience. You can pick up your free copy today at the clubhouse nearest you or at the Social Services Office. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.